Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Part 3 by the time you're seeing this. And this will be a fun episode because we're working on getting a crank signal. So we'll actually hook up the ECU. So yeah, once we get the crank trigger set up, all situated, this is the old wheel. Can't get that off. Here's the new wheel with the correct number of teeth, 24 teeth. And I sized it up, you know, to be as wide as the original flywheel's pickups. Now there we go. Now let me pull this flywheel off, I'll show you better. Alright, got the flywheel back off. I did a 3/16 thick trigger wheel, and look at it, look at how perfect that is. It's like it was made to be. That's a 3-inch hole. And then I made these teeth. These teeth line up with these are the factory pickups. Not that it really matters, but this is what the factory pickup hits, is all 3 of these, you know, 3-cylinder. So that sets your spark. And my goal, I don't think I'm going to use any of this junk. I think I'm going to use this one from the Articat. And I'm hoping I can just maybe notch it in a little bit, or build a bracket off of these bolts, or, you know, tap some holes or whatever. We'll figure something out, but I'm going to use this one. This is what I used on the EXT motor to do fuel injection on. So if you want to see a video of that running, check out the first video of this project. I got a little clip in there of it running. So yeah, that's the goal today. I'll probably just super glue this on here for now. Just for testing purposes, till we find a crank signal on the ECU, and then once we get that figured out, we'll maybe get the spark plugs to all spark and get the injectors to run, and then we'll finalize the position of this, because right now I can clock this where I need to. You can also change the top dead center angle in the software too, but I'd like to have this as close as possible to a true top dead center. Alright, got that crusty old stator out of there, but that stator plate actually holds the crank seal in, so I either have to make a new plate, or I'll probably just take all this junk off, strip it off, and then just put the plate back in there to hold that crank seal in. That's a future me problem. I was kind of bending over and looking this direction. This thing is leaking all of the 2-stroke oil out of this container. I just had a vice grips on it, and I kind of forgot to kind of actually plug it, so it's been dripping like this since Monday. Now I got a big mess to clean up. Alright, flywheel is back on. Now we need to find a spot for this to go. Maybe, well, take this water pump off. It'll give us some more room. Get in there and figure something out. Alright, might be kind of offset, but gonna have to kind of, wherever I choose to put this, I'm gonna have to kind of cut out the case for this thick of a sensor, but that ain't no big deal. It's aluminum. It'll shave out real nice. Maybe Maybe down in there would work. Kind of want it to be straight on with the teeth. So that's what I was kind of thinking right here, right in the middle. Build a little bracket off of those two holes. I think that would work good enough. It's actually a lot less than I thought. Just that little bit. We'll get her nice and lined up with these teeth. And then we'll figure out height-wise and just make a little bracket to go off of here and here. And I believe that would give us enough room. Oh yeah, this thing's got plenty of clearance for the old pole starter. Cause that goes on like that. We got miles of room in there. Perfect. All right, die grinder made quick work of that. So now we just got to build a bracket to hold this off that tooth ever so slightly. Just a nice little gap. Figure out something and I'll get back to you. Here's what I got going on for a bracket. Need to transfer these holes. Put a little bit of assembly lube on there and I'll plop this down and that'll give me my holes. So I'll just center punch the center of those and it'll be good enough. Oh yeah. Alright, got the plate made. I'll have to finish it up. I'll have to notch it a little bit. Should still have enough room on here to drill and tap. I picked up some bolts. Drill and tap these little guys into that plate. Well, that took longer than I expected it to. But let me grab my flashlight. I don't know where it is. There it is. So here's what we got going on here. You can just barely away from it. That's what you want. Nice and centered. This bracket will get cleaned up and be, well, you know, look a lot better than what it does. A couple little nuts in there to get the proper spacing. I already got a Deutsch connector on here. Ooh, focus. Damn. Deutsch connector on here. Doesn't want to focus on it, but that's alright. So yeah, I'm gonna look at getting the ECU powered up and we'll try and get a crank signal out of this thing. Alright, I have not yet tried this. I got the ECU powered up. It's connected. Here's RPM right there, so watch that. Let's see if we get anything. Oh yeah. Now that's a frickin' success. Alright, just to recap. Made this custom plate. This is a VR sensor off of that motor down there. So just a typical Articat VR sensor. Got the Spartan 2.0 ECU all hooked up. Just running off a little M12 battery for now. I might use like one of these, but like the 5 or 6 amp battery in the actual sled, or I might use an actual battery. I'm not sure yet, but yeah. So next up, I want to get all these injectors plumbed in. See if we can get those going. I'll get 3 of these LS coils firing with some spark going. I actually in this box I have the factory RXL EFI harness, so it's the matching harness that would have came with this motor in the sled. So I have that so I can have some nice pigtails for at least the injectors. I'm not sure. Might be a couple other things I can use on it. But yeah, I'm freaking stoked. Got all the... We got all the RPMs now. Look at that. Gets full sync real easily. Oh yeah, that's freaking awesome. This thing's gonna run freaking beautiful. Got way more teeth. That Articat motor, I was using the stock stator plate. So I was actually using the charging coil side of that EXT motor to be my trigger wheel, and then I had this single pickup on a single tooth that came on the flywheel, and that's how I was running the system on that motor over there. But this will be way more accurate, handle way higher RPMs. It's all around gonna be way better. Make sure you guys are subscribing because it's only gonna get better from here.